Responsibility. Let's go party. Let's go see what club is hopping. Let's go get in. That's it. That's irresponsibility. But that's cool. So to imitate the young, it's very destructive because it's foolishness. But some people say if you're not cool, they're not gonna accept you. Yes, they will. They accept the police department. Ain't nothing cool about them. Am I correct?
Right, you're right.
They accept the white man's institution. There's nothing cool about it. So you mean in order to be black, I gotta be a fool to get accepted? No, I can't do it. I can't be the fool. I can't be the fool. Because if they accept you in a state of ignorance, how do you bring a state of intelligence? It's a tradition of ignorance passed on. All I'm doing as an adult is telling you it's okay for you to continue to be a fool. I support you. It's a part of being a youth. Being a fool, that's cool. That's what you're supposed to do. That's tough. Instead of being an intelligent person and saying, look, you're gonna have to get some strategy. And that's why of all the street people in the streets, I respect the pimps. You know why? Because they approach the youth realistically with strategy. You follow what I'm saying? This shit you doing is not gonna work. It's not gonna get you to the next level. The pimp will tell them that. You're gonna have to step your game up. Nobody else is gonna tell them that. The drug dealer will tell them, you can get out there and stand it out. You can go out, you ain't gonna get no case. You can stand out there and sell crack. You're gonna be big. Everybody else blow their head up. The rapper, even the schools was gonna lie to them. You're gonna get a degree and find your nice job in my institution, knowing you ain't gonna have nothing but a student loan and debt. The pimp will tell you, nigga, you gonna have to step your goddamn game up. You gonna have to take off them goddamn gym shoes. You feel me? Put on you some real fucking clothes if you're gonna get you some respect from these hoes. Am I lying? Do a pimp tell them? Everybody else is lying. Everybody else is lying. The pimp is the most hated by society. What's the most realest? That's a fact. The pimp gonna tell him what's real. The youth, he's not gonna lie. That's not gonna work. What you doing? You losing them with that. So my whole point is that as men, we gonna have to become real with our youth. Stop acting dumber than them to be accepted in the traditional legacy of ignorance. We got adults acting dumber than the youth. Literally. They act dumber than the youth and they got way more wisdom. But they play it off. That gotta change. That's why our community is the way it is. There are no adults. Men 50 years old, 60 years old, want to be Lil Wayne. You too old, you past that, man. Play Moses or something. Do you hear what I'm saying? That has to change. And it's interesting because I'm coming more from a perspective of youth, you follow, because I'm only 32 years old. But I understand the responsibility and have grown to some degree far beyond my time to have been doing this for 14 years. But I understand the responsibility of that comes along with that. But as we get older and we get wisdom, we gotta stand in them positions and not just go along with society, because what's going on in society that's cool and popular of playing the fool, that's white supremacy. That's how we survived through slavery. We played the fool. And that's also how we kept slavery going, by knowing when not to play the fool no more. Today is the time that we stop playing the fool and stand up and be men and play positions. You follow what I'm saying? Stop trying to be cool and be tactical. Be strategical and get what we need to do, get the work that we need to get done. I want to go ahead and open this up. If there's any questions or anything anybody else felt like need to be touched on before I end this lecture. Speak now, forever hold your hostility.
I don't want to say the strategy of trying to militarily fight the enemy. What's the difference between that strategy and the strategy of just saying no to white supremacy?
Well, this is the thing. When you say no to white supremacy, fighting the white man is going to be a defense. Because the hardest thing you can do is say no to him.
It's the most hurtful thing.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, by saying no, you are fighting him. And realistically, by saying no, that's the only way to fight him. Because you can't say yes to him in every way and then say, I'm going to get some guns. Say no to him in McDonald's. Say no to him in getting a job. Say no to him sending your babies to his schools. Say no to them for him having the authority over your life. Say no to his Christianity, his religion, his dogmatism, his morality. Say no to his culture, his imperialism, his way of life. Say no to all them levels. Then get your gun. Don't say yes to him 50 ways and then grab your gun. Because all them other yeses is probably not going to allow you to use it. Because they're going to kick in. You're going to shake. You can't kill your master. No dog can kill his master. So not until he get rabies. You're getting rabies up in this motherfucker. Black supremacy is rabies for a coon. Do you hear what I'm saying? You really got rabies. They will not recognize they nigga no more. Your hair grow out like this, start growing your beard out. That's rabies to white supremacy. They will not recognize you no more. They say that nigga got rabies. Leave him alone.
That's right.
Leave him alone. Get rid of him.
Right. Say no to him. Because if you say only yes to fighting him, and then say you beat him on the front, but then after you win on the front, you still saying yes in 14 different ways, you're still perpetuating his society. You're still perpetuating his society. Everything you want. Now you're going to have a black Donald's. Now you're going to have a black Jesus. Still Jesus.
He's still incorporating economic.
Exactly. Now you're going to have a black Jesus. How many black people you know named Jesus? If it's Jesus, he's white. He's Hispanic.
Or Jesus.
Or Greek, right. That's a fact. You can't have a black one. Because in reality, there's no such thing as a black God or God. It's just black. Just to say there's a black one, there must be what? A white one somewhere, too. Do you hear the point I'm making? So just the fact that you're saying that it's a black Jesus, saying that somewhere in consciousness there's still a white one around, that you at least have to keep grasp on a contrast there.
Keep a balance.
But if Jesus automatically meant black, in your subliminal mind, then you would never have to say what? A black Jesus or a black Messiah. Because deep in our mind, it's always going to be white. So we just got a black, white one. When we say black Jesus, we really mean a black, white one.
A white one.
Any more questions?
I heard you touch on strategy, and I think that's very important in being skilled in your enlightenment. But you also talked about your need to reach to a broader group.
Mm-hmm.
Then why use supremacy? Why use that word? Because I feel as if that is a very alienating word.
Right.
It closes a lot of doors.
And that's the thing, it will close the right doors. Because if we go in the wrong doors, what we do will be usurped, like the movements before us, which will let in certain doors that they even shouldn't have got in the first place. We got to ask ourselves, what can we do that will survive? You follow what I'm saying? And it got to be something different from all the organizational strategies that we had used before, because they didn't work. When you say black supremacy, it alienates you, but it also alienates you from the type of black people that will bring what you're doing down, that are on the fence. They probably wouldn't even associate with you. Like it's like it's a certain type of black person that would still kind of be inculcated into white supremacy a little bit, that could work with us, and then when they see something they really don't like, then they can run to the white side. This happens all the time. It's like, I'm with you, but I don't know. When y'all brought that head of that white man in the basement, that was too far. I'm being hypothetical. Even that got her. But I'm just saying, if you got people that you talking about black supremacy, it's certain black people that ain't gonna. That's like the silver bullet to the black vampire. That's like that holy water. It's certain black people that not gonna come around you until they have had some type of transformation in your consciousness. They like black supremacy. I'm not gonna be around that. And that's the same type of dude that will be like, well, man, I don't know, man. Y'all sure, white man? They know by the time we got to point to black supremacy, we not dealing with nothing that the white man is talking about. So I think that our position must be absolutely clear. And from the position of absolute clarity, can we create room for diplomacy? Do you follow what I'm saying? Your position can't be obscure to the point where you allow people to infiltrate accidentally.
She's open for everything.
Exactly. You gotta have a solid position that's gonna separate the wheat from the tare.